Thank you, Minister. You know that the associate membership has a minimum membership fee of around 1.52 million annually, based on 10% of the full membership cost, and that's estimated at 15.2 million annually. This is really important, and I just want to ask you the question for the update on it. I know discussions have been happening on the membership of CERN. It's vitally important in so many ways that you'll know. So if you give us an update on that. Thank you.
Yeah, look, thanks everybody. I'm glad we got to this question, because I am pleased to give an update, because in November last year I indicated in Dáil Éireann that my department will prepare a proposal for government to consider joining CERN, and officials from my department have been liaising with CERN regarding the total cost of membership, the application process, and membership options. One option is for Ireland to join CERN as an associate member for a period of between 3 to 5 years, and then assess the appropriateness of further membership options. Any formal request for Ireland or by Ireland for membership is likely to involve CERN sending a task force to Ireland to carry out a formal assessment of Ireland's suitability for associate membership, and this is a normal process for any member. In order to ensure appropriate engagement and examination, it is envisaged that a submission will be made to government in the second half of the year. So it's still my intention to go to government in the second half of the year. I've very recently been invited by the Director General of CERN to visit and meet them. I do intend to do that in the coming months, certainly in the first half of this year, make a submission in the second half of the year to government. I'm very keen. I want to see us join CERN, don't want to preempt the government process, and then subject to the government approval, it will then be up to CERN in terms of a task force and the likes. But we are moving on this, and I am eager that we make progress.
Yeah, that's certainly welcome news, and I do want to acknowledge as well the work done by Michael Mitchell from Trinity, the PhD researcher there, in pushing this, because he recognises young Castlebarman, and he recognises the importance of it. And I know you've met with him before, and I've met with him. In the case of associate membership, the return to Ireland would be capped at the same level as the amount invested, and to become a full member, a country must go through an obligatory associate membership in the pre-stage to membership phase for a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 5 years. But in this case, the initial annual membership fee would be at least 25% of the full membership cost, and should increase to 100% by the first year. There's no provision in the 2023 budget for CERN membership, and the earliest that Ireland could join, assuming that the required funding is secured through the estimates process, would be 2024. Should the Exchequer commitment be confirmed, Ireland can request that CERN send a task force to Ireland to carry out a formal assessment of Ireland's sustainability for associate membership. Now, this is the normal process for associate members, and the assessment could take up to a year, but I'm glad to see the progress has been made. Thank you.
If I can be slightly cheeky and just have a ask Corla in relation to the previous question, that the business cases are due to be completed by Q3. Sorry, I just had that information I wanted to share with you. Deputy Conway-Walsh, I agree with pretty much everything you've said there is a statement of fact. I obviously can't get ahead of the government process. I did say in this House in November that I was asking and directing my department to prepare a submission for me to bring to government about Ireland's willingness to join CERN and an application to join CERN. That's where we're at now. My team are working on that with a view to me bringing that to government in the second half. If the government decides to join CERN at that stage, it will initiate the process that you've outlined there, a task force and the like. So I think your timelines, they sound logical to me. And yes, of course, there will be a fee, the level of that to be determined, and that will need to be secured in any estimates process.
We're out of time, but if you want a quick comment.
No, I just think in concurrent with that, we need to re-energise and renew the interest in physics in schools, and we need to start looking at a national school level in terms of how we get more young people interested in this, because it is the future and it solves so many problems for us and will do so into the future. Thank you.
I agree with you, and not to stray into another department's, there's 2 at the minute, but not to stray into the Department of Education's role, but one of the structures under Impact 2030 is to bring lots of departments together with an interest in this, and for my department to have a coordinating role, and I'll certainly feed Deputy Conway-Walsh's comments and suggestions back into that, which I largely agree with.